Welcome to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. This is a place where driven, determined coaches learn how to get off the business growth struggle bus and learn how to build a wildly profitable online coaching business. I'm your host, Allison Henderson, corporate dropout to six-figure social media business coach. I'm going to show you how I've been able to create the business of my dreams organically, all through utilizing my social media platforms. So pull up a seat, take some notes, and get ready to see your life and bank account transform. Hello, and welcome back to the Ambitious Coach Podcast. February is Februarying, y'all. Whatever the word is. Happy to be out of January because damn, that was a rough month emotionally, physically, mentally. However, to get out of my little funk that I was in, last night my husband and I went bowling with a couple of our friends that we hang out with in our neighborhood. We haven't been bowling in years. And we had so much fun. I had a few drinks. We bowled 3 games, I believe. And we came home and I just went nighty-night. It was just a solid night. It was a fun night out. I laughed a ton. We bowled actually really well. My husband and I are a solid bowling couple. Like we definitely need to be on a league or something. We kept saying that last night. And I really surprise myself sometimes with how good I am at bowling. And if you are in a funk right now, because I know some of you are, with just probably haven't left your house in days, go do something fun. Go do something that you just haven't done in a long time. Make out. I don't know. Do something that just used to excite you. Okay, so let's get into this week's episode, how to get 10 plus new followers a day on Instagram. I've taught this before, and I'm going to keep teaching it because I don't know how many times people come into my programs or people just DM me being like, my content isn't getting me new followers. What do I do? And I know all you control freaks out there want the strategy. And we can't deny that we need more eyeballs, right? We need more people viewing our posts, our stories, and just getting in front of as many people as possible. Not to scare you, but being visible and getting new people is essential. Like we need more followers. So this part actually, even for me, I've been doing this now for over 7 years, and this just doesn't go away. I still need to be getting in front of more people. So I just want to let you know, growing a business, this is still an essential piece of it. So I think the biggest misconception, though, is that people are simply just going to start following you from your posts. Yes, this is going to happen. Yes, you might get a few people trickling in every single day from you posting, but I'd rather you have a lot more control over this. I don't want you just to rely on your content for you to be getting new followers or just more views. Right now, you might be feeling like you're talking to the same, 10 people every day. I know some days I'm like, why aren't I getting in front of more people? And I just know I always have to come back to my own strategies. Like I need to be getting new followers. I need to be engaging with my current audience. So we have to come back to the phrase of like, in order to get more engagement, you do need to be social on social media. So I want to share with you a very simple growth strategy that has worked for me for over the past 7 years. It's something that I have tested and it still works every single day if you decide to do it. So I know it still works because I literally just did it yesterday. So I'm not going to fix things that aren't broken. Okay. This still works. However, before I share with you this strategy, please take a really good look at 2 things: your Instagram bio and I'd probably say your last 9 posts on your Instagram grid. So your grid is like when you go to your profile, like what are the first 3 lines? What are your posts like? What do they look like? And the reason why I'm saying this is because when someone comes back to me and they're like, Allison, I'm not getting any new followers. I don't know what's going on. And I go, oh, well, let me take a good look at your profile. And by the way, you have like less than 10 seconds to turn somebody into an actual follower. You have like less than 10 seconds to make that first impression. So is your Instagram bio clear? And when I say clear, is it clear about who you help and what you help them achieve? And are those first 9 posts compelling? Does it actually look like you know what you're doing? Are we seeing your face? Or does this look bare and does it look like ChatGPT wrote everything? No offense, okay? But yeah, we need to look at your content. And maybe it's somebody else taking a look at it. Maybe you might have like some bias with your content. That's okay. But having somebody else go, yeah, this looks good. Like, I don't know, maybe an actual friend that's going to be truthful to you, or your husband that will hopefully tell you straight up, yeah, this looks kind of messy, And the only way that my growth strategy won't work is if your Instagram profile does look like it's a mess and that it's really not clear if it's for them or not for them. Okay. So the next thing that I really want you thinking about is, who is your ideal client? I coach a lot of people, guys, and you would be surprised how many people are just not sure who that is. And once again, this strategy isn't going to work if you aren't clear about who your ideal client is. Okay. So this strategy is going to be hard for you if you're kind of just trying to follow all the peoples. Okay. And we're not going to do that because that doesn't work. Okay. So once you are clear on who your ideal client is, think about accounts they may be following. So for me, I love helping sleep consultants, coaches, mom sort of business owners. So guess what? I'm going to be looking at people's profiles who also probably help sleep consultants and coaches. Maybe I'm looking at certification programs or people that help them build their businesses as well. It might be a competitor, or it might be somebody who helps them build websites or helps them set up their CRM system. There's a lot of different people that these people could also be following. So I'm going to get really smart about this and go, what other accounts are they looking at for help? All right. So that's the first thing. So for example, if you are a sleep consultant, because I know a lot of you guys listen to my podcast, hello. If you are a sleep consultant, you're going to be looking at profiles who are also trying to help moms, but what other problems do they have? What other challenges do they have beyond sleep? All right. So that's what I want you focusing on. Maybe they're looking at how to lose the baby weight. So maybe they're following other mommy sort of fitness coaches who are helping them get back into shape after having a baby. Or maybe they're following photographers or people that are struggling with pumping. Like there's a lot of different things or a lot of different people that are also helping moms in that fourth trimester, right? There's a lot of different people that are helping moms who even have toddlers or bigger kids, right? So really think about who your ideal client is and what kind of accounts are they also following. So I want you going into these accounts though, okay? So now let's talk about the real strategy. I want you going into these other accounts who your ideal client may be following, and then you don't have to follow that account, by the way. Like you're kind of just silently observing, okay? You don't have to follow the account. Now, I want you though, looking at their last few posts and seeing who liked the post. So if, to be quite honest, I would rather you find an account that has a larger following and is getting possibly 50, 100 or hundreds of likes per post. Because this is probably going to work the best for you, okay? Because you can do things very quickly here. So what you're going to do though, is you're going to go and on those accounts, you're going to look at the first few photos and you're going to see who was liking those photos, who was liking those videos. Okay. And then I want you following these people. But before you do, I want you quickly making a judgment. Like look at their profile photo. Maybe actually click on the account. Does this person scream ideal client? And maybe you don't know, and that's okay too. But like, hey, I'm just going to do a quick vibe check. Is this person somebody that I think could be an ideal client? And you're going to click follow. I don't want you pondering on this person's profile for more than like 5 seconds. Please make very quick decisions, because if you're constantly going, oh, is this person? I don't know. If it has something on their profile that you don't vibe with, then please don't follow them. Move on to the next person. All right. So then next, if this person looks like an ideal client, I want you following them. All right. So that's, check. And something to really keep in mind is these are real people behind profiles. You don't need to be following a bunch of business accounts. I'd rather you be following real people. Unless like your ideal client are business owners, by the way. Because for me, that might make sense for me to follow a bunch of businesses. But for you, if you're like just doing person to person, right? Mom to mom, you're not going to be following a bunch of businesses. Okay, I want to remember that. Now, this is the fun part though. The more you are hanging out on people's profiles, you're going to find more accounts that can potentially help you. Maybe these are people you can collaborate with, or they're just more accounts that you can rummage through to see if your ideal client is hanging out there. All right. So you might be asking, Allison, why does this work? Well, guess what? You start following this account, and guess what? They get a notification. They have the option to check out your profile. And then they can make a decision of going, yes, this person is for me, or hey, they're not for me. And that's okay too. Not every single new follower is going to turn into a paying client, but they have the potential. Because I know for a fact too, I'm not going to be on my personal account, I guess I should say, like if I'm doing like my personal Instagram. Like I'm not going to be following a bunch of businesses unless there's something compelling about them, something interesting, or they're going to help me in some way, right? Now, on my business profile, I'm treating my business profile like a business. All right? This is something that I really want you to remember. You will be doing things you wouldn't normally do. Okay? So this is why your Instagram bio, though, is really important for me. I'm going to come back to this because I want to make sure that it is optimized and it is monetized in a sense. Like I want them knowing that you are a business owner, that it is very clear about who you help, what you help them achieve. Like your name is on there even. Like I don't know how many accounts did I see where their name isn't even on their business profile. I'm like, girl, what's your name? Like you want people to actually know this. So make sure that things are buttoned up. Okay. But yeah, take some time. Look at your Instagram profile and does it look like you're taking your business seriously? Also, you might ask this question like, Allison, what if the accounts are private? Because I know if you're working with moms, a lot of people don't have public profiles, right? And that's okay. But guess what? You can still hit that request to follow. And you can still DM people if they don't follow you back. Not saying that you have to do this, but this happened in the comments I don't know, it was like maybe like a week ago. Someone had commented being like, I want to be able to message people that had maybe commented on something, but they don't follow me, so I can't message them. I'm like, well, actually, you can. If you go up to the top right, there's these 3 little dots, and at the bottom, it'll say send message. So I just want to let you know that. Some people will be just rummaging through your profile, and they might not be following you. That might happen. And yeah, I'm just letting you know that was just like a little, like a side note there. But okay, well, where am I going? I don't even remember. Oh yeah, if the accounts are private. Oh, let's go back to that. So it is okay. It is okay to hit request to follow. And this might be uncomfortable for you. I get that. But guess what? I want you really putting on that business hat of yours. Okay. We're business owners. And as a business owner, you're going to be doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Like I said, like on my personal profile, I'm not necessarily going to be following a bunch of businesses because that might be weird. Okay. So as a business owner though, you need to be hanging out where your ideal clients are hanging out. And you want more people to know that you exist and you need them to remember that you exist. All right. That's why content is really important. And I want more people to know me so that I can help more people, right? It's as simple as that. All right. And please remember this. If you need to tattoo this somewhere, Instagram is free. These are free platforms that you guys have available at your fingertips right now. You can get in front of hundreds, thousands, possibly millions of people for free. All right. So as a business owner, it's silly for you not to be creating content. So if you want to get in front of more people and to be more visible and to have a whole new crowd of people following you pretty much by the end of the week, like remember, these are new people. These are new eyeballs. Like you can possibly have 5 new clients by the end of next week if you just decided to do this every day. So follow new people. Get in front of as many people as you can. And from my understanding too, and this may have changed, I should actually ask ChatGPT what the rules are, but you can follow and or unfollow up to 100 people in a day on Instagram. That's actually a lot of people. Imagine if you even just did 50 new people a day. That's a lot. So by the way, Instagram in the past has always sent a very nice courtesy message that kind of was just hey, just so you know, you're going a little too fast, chill out. And then that's when I just stopped doing what I'm doing, and that's fine. So pay attention to Instagram if they do send you some sort of pop-up message. And over time, if you do this, imagine if you did this every day for 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes. You can get hundreds of new followers in the next 6 months. Your whole business could change in 6 months. So what I love about this strategy though, is it takes very little effort on your end. Your brain doesn't really have to do much. And it takes very little time for this to start to work. You can be getting new followers today. And you can do this with your children around, in the car ride or line at school. You can do this while drinking your coffee in the morning. You can do this at the park. You can do this while your husband's watching that show that you don't even like. So you might be asking yourself, well, what if my follower amount gets too high? Because I know when you start doing this every single day and you're following possibly hundreds of people in a week, your follower amount is going to get higher and higher. So yeah, I understand that. What I would suggest to do is take maybe a couple days out of the week and just unfollow people. And for me, I do have a spot on my Instagram where if I go up into who I follow and I kind of swipe down a few times, it might not show up immediately, but if you swipe down a few times, a thing pops up that says least interacted with. Now, that's the best opportunity for you to either engage with some of those people because they maybe need to remember that you exist, or you just go down and unfollow all of them. All right. It's entirely up to you. If you want to just move fast, just unfollow people. That's the easiest thing that you can do. Okay. So now the next step isn't hard, which is you still got to show up right? You got to show up. You got to create content. Remember, we have to have people remember you exist. And you need to engage with them, have conversations, be social on social media, be someone who actually shows up for their business and sells. All right. So this is the strategy. Getting new followers isn't something that can be completely out of your control. This strategy works and you can start it today. Now, if you'd like some help with how to turn these new followers into clients, I'd love to invite you to work with me. Let's get you really clear on your strategy. Let's really map out your content, fully audit your content, your website, your Instagram bios, all the things, and just step into that next level so that you can start making the money that you want to make. So to learn more about working with me, click the link in my show notes and literally it'll just say Allison's offers. Or you can send me a DM on Instagram. We can set up a sales call just to see what offer would be the best fit for you. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions around this, please send me a DM. I love teaching this stuff. Guys, I just want you to know, I love teaching. I know in my heart, I am a teacher. So this sort of training is really what lights me up. So thank you for listening every single week. I really appreciate you. And guys, I'll be back next week. Bye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the Ambitious Coach podcast today. A couple favors before you go. If you found this episode helpful, please take a screenshot and share it on Instagram. Most importantly, don't forget to tag me at Allison Henderson _coach. That's ALLISON Henderson_coach. And lastly, please take a minute to rate this episode and leave a raving review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you tune in to listen. Okay, ambition is great, but it's time to get to work. Take action and commit to being 1% better every day. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.